Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Steven Garcia. For those of you that are watching this somewhere else besides Facebook, I'm going to get started here in just a second. I'm going to wait for a couple of people to hop on, but while I'm waiting, I'm going to share this in a couple of groups that I'm a part of, like always. So give me just a second, and we'll get started here shortly. Hey, Dion, how you doing? I'm going to get started here in just a second. I'm just sharing this video to a couple of groups real quick. Hey Peter, how you doing? Hey Chris, Nydia, how you doing? I'm gonna get started here in just a second. I'm just sharing this live to a couple of groups real quick. Good evening, Chris. All right, and so today we're gonna be talking about the 3 steps to changing habits, and that's regardless of, oops, did not mean to do that. Regardless of it, hold on one second. Let me try and get these comments back on here so that I could see. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about the comments. I'll just look at them. I have my iPad here, so I'll just look on my iPad. I accidentally did something, and they're not coming back up on my phone. Yeah, oh well. So give me just a second. I got to share this to these groups real quick. And this video is probably going to be pretty short, maybe about 10 minutes. Just because I have a webinar to hop on at 8 o'clock. So, and this is kind of different than what I would normally talk about. These last week, I would say, I've been talking about, generating leads, building an audience, e-commerce, things like that. But today I wanted to talk about the 3 steps to changing habits, because it's very important for you to understand how to change habits if you're going to be building a business. Because, you have to realize that up until now, the different things that you've been doing in your life have got you to this point that you're at right now. So in order for you to move ahead or to get further in life, you have to change something in order to get the desired results that you want in the future. So, and a lot of times it takes you changing different habits that you've currently developed. Oops. In order to get the desired results that you want in the future. So, and a lot of... Sorry, I'm bringing up the comments on my iPad because for some reason they won't come back up on my phone. So, to get... and regardless of what it is that you're talking about, maybe you want to build a business, maybe you want to lose weight, whatever it is that you want in life. If you're trying to change something that you don't want to do or that you want to do, you're going to have to change a habit and replace it with something else to do that. So that's why I wanted to talk today about the 3 steps to changing habits, whether it be a good habit or a bad habit. And, one of the things that I had to change, just to give you a little personal story, I do a lot of different things, and that has kind of consumed up a lot of my time. I am trying to outsource things right now, but, I'm trying to grow my business, and, I felt like I didn't have time to do those things, but it wasn't that I didn't have time. It was that I needed to replace other things that didn't align with my goals, with, something that does align with my goals to where I could do that. And so one of those things is watching TV. Now, I don't really watch TV too often, but in order for me to get more time to do the different things that I want to do, such as these lives that I've been doing, I needed to completely get rid of TV. So I haven't watched TV at all in, I would say, maybe the last week and a half. And that was a habit that I had. I would get home around 7 o'clock, 7:30, 6:30, 6, sometime around that time frame. And I would come home, I would, put my backpack or, computer or whatever it was, in my room. I would change, I would sit on the couch because, usually throughout the day, I'm out doing a lot of different things. So when I get home, I just want to relax. So I would put my stuff down and then I would sit on the couch and I would tell myself, okay, I'm going to just sit on the couch for a little while. I'm going to put on this show. And then, after the show's over, then I'm going to start working on whatever it is that I needed to work on for that day. And by me, paying attention to the different things that I'm doing, I realized that, there is a lag. I realized that, the TV was distracting me from my goals. So that's a habit that I had to change in order to get to where I want to be in the future. So now, how do you change a habit? Well, first you have to understand how habits work. And this is how habits work. There's a cue, then you have the habit, and then there's a reward. So there's something that you do that leads to that habit that you have. And then once you do that habit, you get a reward. And usually that reward is the release of dopamine in your brain. Whenever your body rewards itself or rewards you by releasing dopamine, and that is one of the reasons why it's so hard to change habits that you have, because whenever you do that habit, your body rewards you by releasing dopamine into your brain. So it's important that you understand how habits are formed so that you can then be able to change that habit. So there's something that cues your habit, then you do the actual habit, and then you're rewarded by the dopamine release in your brain. So for me, the cue for my habit was walking in the door and putting my stuff down and sitting on the couch. That was the cue for the habit that I had, which was watching TV. And then, then I would watch TV, which is the habit. And then my brain would reward myself by releasing dopamine. And that's what makes it so hard for you to change those habits, because your body rewards you for those habits by reducing dopamine. It's basically, like a drug. It's a drug that your body naturally produces that rewards you for habits based on what you're wanting. So by me knowing that, then I can say, okay, so if the cue for me watching TV is me coming in the house, putting down my stuff and sitting on the couch, I know that I need to change that and then replace that habit with something else. So what I did was, instead of me coming home, putting my stuff down and sitting on the couch, I don't do that anymore. I come home, I put my stuff down, and then I immediately set up everything in order for me to do a Facebook Live. And now my body is rewarding me with that dopamine after me doing this Facebook Live. And as long as you do that in a consistent basis, then that's how the habit is formed. So I replaced the bad habit of me coming home, sitting down and watching TV with me coming home, not sitting down, putting my stuff down, and immediately doing a Facebook Live. So give me 1 second. I'm going to check the comments. Let me know what you think about what I just said, and also comment, what are some of the bad habits that you have, and what are the cues for that bad habit? And that could be, coming home and drinking or something like that. If you notice that you may not be watching TV, maybe you're coming home and grabbing a beer out of the refrigerator. Maybe you're sitting down on the couch, grabbing a beer out of the refrigerator. And so now you've formed this habit of coming home and drinking. And it's not beneficial to the goals that you want to get in your life. So you need to reevaluate, the cue that's forming that habit to release those dopamine in your brain so that you could then change that habit. And then in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But after you continuously do this, they say, habits are formed within 21 days. After 21 days of you doing this, it's going to become easier and easier. And for me, I've seen that it's become easier and easier for me to do these Facebook Lives. The more consistent I am with them, as each day goes by, I don't even want to sit on the couch and watch TV anymore. Like I said, I haven't even turned my TV on in like the last week and a half. So that's how you change habits. And again, habits are formed by a cue. Something is cueing that habit, and it's an action that you're doing. So is it you sitting on the couch wanting to relax? And it could be anything that you want to change in your life. Maybe it's you want to start working out. You know, what time do you want to work out? And around that time that you want to work out, what are you normally doing? And why are you normally doing that? You have to really start paying attention to your actions and why you're doing those actions in order for you to actually make a change. So I hope that made sense. I'm going to scroll through here to see if I have any comments. And again, everybody that's hopped on this, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for, liking my videos, liking my posts. It definitely helps me continue to do these videos when I see that, people are interacting with it and, I'm actually helping people. That kind of is what forms what creates the dopamine release for me knowing that I'm actually helping somebody do these videos. So if you found value in this video, or regardless of, maybe you didn't like this video, comment down below what you didn't like about it. Comment, what you did like about it. Comment what habits you have that you're going to want to change. And then please share this video with other people on your timeline, because I'm only out here trying to help other people out. And, this video could reach somebody that may have a drinking habit, they may have a drug habit, and they're looking, for why they have this habit and why it's so hard for them to change that habit. And this video could be their breakthrough on actually stopping, drinking or stopping doing drugs or whatever bad habit there is. So please, if you found value in this video, share it. I'm going to see what time it is real quick. Okay. So it's 8 o'clock. I got to go. Comment, let me know what you thought about the video, and I'll see y'all later.